Welcome dear students. Last video we started the chapter number 8, that is mineral resources, and we have studied about what are called as minerals, its types, and especially we learned about iron ore and its types. So namely we have studied about the 4 types of iron ore. The last one, usages, studied the usages of mostly all types of iron ores. Now here we shall discuss about the last type of iron ore, that is siderite, its usages. Let's look at here. It is a lower grade iron ore and it is compacted and converted into the pellets for export. Pellets rounded ball-like shape, and that shape can be exported according to the need of the country. Sometimes it is used as a sponge iron for blending with the high grade iron ore. Blending means mixing. So this type of lower grade iron can mix with the sponge iron to make the higher grade iron ore, or the lower grade is mixed with the higher grade iron ore for making it durable and stronger. That's what all 4 types of iron ores we have studied. Now the important part is, what is the use of iron ore? And at the beginning we discussed that iron is one of the foundation of all the industries and the foundation of the development of country. So it has a versatile and a variety of usages, and that's why it marked as the best developmental factor for the any country. In short, take a look at what are the basic usages of iron ore for any country. It is mainly used for making pig iron. Pig iron, it is the first form of iron ore after smelting in the furnace, and that is converted into the rectangular blocks. So it is the first form. That may not be the purified one. Then it can be used in making the sponge iron. Sponge iron, it is a direct reduced iron into the metallic iron, and accordingly it is used to make some ingots and some other types of iron ores. And finally, the most important use of iron ore is making steel. So what iron and steel together make? The iron and steel together form basically the largest manufacturer products in the world. Manufactured finished goods. And if you take a look at 70 to 80% products which we use, or which directly comes from the industries, or on which the industries are dependent, comes directly from iron and steel. You can just take a look at here. It is widely used in the construction of roads. You might have seen that while constructing the road, there are big machineries are used, and that machineries are constructed with the help of iron and steel, the heaviest and the very largest machineries. Railways, 90% part of the railway, from the tracks to the machines to the engines to the bogies, everything is made up of iron and steel, more or less. Appliances that can be used into the houses, just like iron, you can check, fridge, some parts of mixer or the juicers. Many appliances which we use in our day-to-day life are somehow touch up with the iron and steel. Buildings cannot stand and have the foundations without the proper use of iron and steel. So buildings are mostly dependent on the iron and steel and its quality. Machines, all the machines what we use or make in industries or to set up the industries are the part of iron and steel. Tools, the varieties of the tools we use in our day-to-day life. For example, we use some compass for the 10th standard studies. That compass is also the part of iron and steel. That's only one example. Like that, most of the examples we can try to draw from this. Automobiles, Automobiles are the essential part of the iron and steel. So here these are the basic usages, and if you look at all these usages, these form the highest or the largest or the heaviest industries in the world or in any country which forms its development. And these industries cannot be set up without the proper use of or availability of iron and steel. Some more usages of steel, these are in the varieties of the constructions materials such as bolts, nails and the screws. You can just remember that, try to get a hint about it. Some other applications just like shipbuilding, largest ship vessels, the aeroplane carriers, the pipelines for the water, for the transport of oil, minings, in that we need a lots of heavy machineries, and the vehicles, then furniture. Nowadays there is a trend to have the modified or the modular furniture, and that is mainly made up of steel and iron. Armors, and these armors can be for the person and for the vehicles. The vehicles which are very strong ones can be used into the warlike situations or to control the calamities or the problems. These vehicles are also have the armors, and these are made by the steel and iron. The pen right now which you are seeing here, the nip of the pen, some part of the pen you can see it is made up of iron and steel. So there are the smallest and the largest things in the world that are made with the help of iron and steel. So you can understand that what is the basic use of iron and steel and how much it is important for the any part of the country. There are the many things which are made up of iron and steel, and that makes it one of the most important mineral for the any country, and that we should keep it in mind. So we need to have the proper sources and the availability of iron ore for the any country. And what about from the Indian point of view? Do we have such kind of a proper iron ore available in the country or not? Let's take a look at to the distribution of iron ore with the help of map. Distribution of iron ore in India. India has world's approximately 6.6% iron ore reserves, and these reserves are mostly found out in India's peninsular part. And these are the states in which mostly we can find out iron ore in a good quantity, that is Odisha, Jharkhand, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and these are the important producer of iron ore in India. We shall take a look at to the map, and with the help of map we will locate the distribution of iron ore in India. Let's take a look at map number 8.1. This is the Karnataka state, and this has the largest reserves of magnetite and hematite. Magnetite is the standard quality of iron ore. So here Karnataka has the variety of magnetite and hematites. Look at to the places where it is find it out in Karnataka. In Bellary district, in Hospet, and Sandur in Bellary district. Take a look at here. There are Baba Budan hills and Kudremukh hills, and these are the important mining areas located in Chikmagaluru state, Chikmagaluru district, and some other places in Karnataka are Chitradurga, then Shivamogga and Tumkur. These are some of the places or the districts where widely this type of iron ore is find it out. So you can see that there are many places in Karnataka where we can easily get the two types of iron ore. Then the next important state is Chhattisgarh. You can just take a look at here. This is Chhattisgarh state, separated or by the border of MP, and this is also the major producer of iron ore in India. And large deposits can be found out in Durg district and Bastar district. And in these two districts, we have mostly Dalli and Rajhara iron ore, okay, and Biladila. This is also the mining areas in Chhattisgarh, where the good quality of hematite iron ore is find it out. But much of the iron ore which comes from Chhattisgarh, especially from Biladila, is directly exported to Japan. Japan is somewhere located towards this area's eastern side. So through the Odisha port or through the West Bengal Kolkata port, it is exported to Japan. Third important state in India is Odisha. In Odisha, what we have? This is the state mostly covered with the Bay of Bengal Sea, and upper side West Bengal, very close border with the Chhattisgarh. This is also the important and the largest producer of iron ore. Here we can easily find it out the hematite type of iron ore. Which are the states? Which are the districts? Here we have Sundargarh, then Mayurbhanj, and there is a Keonjhar, then Cuttack and Korapur district. These are the places in Odisha where we can mostly find it out this type of iron ore. Some other places are also there in Odisha, just like Padamphar, Gurumahaseni, Kirburu, Bahunai, Solaipet, Umarkot. These are also the important iron ore fields in Chhattisgarh in Odisha. Next important state, that is Jharkhand. And in Jharkhand, mostly we do have Singhbhum. You can just take a look at here. This state, which is bordered with the West Bengal, and this Chhattisgarh, and this is Odisha. So in between these three states, you can see the smaller state, that is Jharkhand. And here also we do have the largest reserves of hematite. The important place is Singhbhum, and this is the major producer of iron ore in Jharkhand. And some other places here we are having Navamundhi and Goa. These are the two important mining areas in Chhattisgarh. Now look at some other states in India where do we have mostly find out the good quality of iron ore. The next one is Goa. You can see this small state Goa. In that Goa we are having Bicholium and Sankelium. Some other places just like Netarli and Borgadongar. Then comes Andhra Pradesh. You can see this state starting very closely border with Bay of Bengal and downside Tamil Nadu. So in Andhra Pradesh we do have Anantapur district, then Khammam, then Nellore district, then Kodappa, and then Ramanathapuram and Tiruchirappalli. Kerala in south here. Here also there are some places just like Kozhikode in Kerala. Then coming back to the Maharashtra in the central India, Maharashtra we do have Lohara, Pipalgaon, then Ratnagiri, then Chandrapur and Satara, Bandhara and Raigad. These are the places in India or the states and the districts covered with the vast reserves of iron ore. That's all about the iron ore. Hope so that with the help of this map you got an idea about how and where the iron ores are located in India along with its usages. So this map work will also help you to point out the important mines regarding the iron ore in the map work. Thank you for watching. When we'll come back next time, we'll be starting with the next type of mineral, that is manganese. See you soon.